Good morning and welcome to the Defiance Ruston Senior Center. I'm Hal Meng and welcome to our yoga class. I'd like to reintroduce today Gil.
Hello.
And Nancy. You've probably seen them on their award-winning exercise videos. But welcome to everyone. We had some scheduling issues and I was tied up, so we actually missed doing a session right near the summer solstice. And at what they call the cardinal points of the year, they're like in March and June and September and December are the cardinal points of the year where the days are either equal or its longest day or shortest day. And in the traditions, we talk about how those seasonal changes affect our immune systems. And so we have series of exercises based on Ayurvedic medicine, which is the traditional Indian medicine, and Qigong and other traditional Chinese that we do around those solstices and equinox as a way of stimulating the nervous system. And also psychologically, we're doing something good for ourselves. And a lot of traditions and rituals are this reaffirmation that we can take some time for ourselves and do some things to support our own well-being. Because if you don't take care of yourself, it's very difficult to take care of others. So let's come now to comfortable seated position. Adjust any amount you need. If you're sitting in a chair, try to move a little ways away from the back of the chair so that you are forced to engage your core muscles a bit. And sit comfortably erect, not rigid, not drawing everything up, but letting everything balance. Gently engage your core muscles. Draw your shoulders back slightly, but not rigid. And it always helps to spread your fingers and toes apart. We often overlook how much tension we hold in our extremities. So let the fingers and toes relax and stretch out. Head level. Let your eyes gently close and draw the awareness into the breath. Find the flow of the inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Each breath a little fuller, deeper, and more complete. The expansion of the inhale, the movement to center of the exhale. And those brief pauses, the moments of stillness between each inhale and exhale. Just like a wave has a moment of stillness. And then very gently, let your head rise to be level. Let the eyes open. And as you inhale with your next inhale, let your chin come up gently, not so much your neck compresses in back, but lift your head up, look up, and then bring the chin gently forward and down like you were bringing your chin over a softball. Inhale, let the head rise till you're looking up but not cramped. Chin forward, out over the softball as you exhale. 2 more times on your own. Inhale, bring the head up gently. Exhale, come down and over. And bring your head back to center. And imagine that there's like a giant M in front of you. And moving your head in either direction, draw the M with your nose, bring it down to the foot of the M, then gently coming back up to the first peak, forward and down to the center foot, and up to the second peak, and then down to the last foot, and back the other way. And last cycle, so when you're even in directions, at your own pace, bring everything back to center. Good. Now gently bring your arms up enough so your hands are off your legs. And squeeze the fingers into the palm, and then snap the hands open. Squeeze in, snap open, squeeze, snap. Good. Then roll the wrists. Gentle, not tight fists, but the fingers curled in. 3 or 4 times in one direction. Then reverse, go 3 or 4 times the other. Good. When you're ready, move just the elbows. Try to keep the upper arms and wrists steady. 3 or 4 times one direction. 3 or 4 times the other. And when you're ready, big circles with the arms. And back the other way when you're ready. Good. Release. Come forward even more on your chest. Now, if you have issues with your back, always listen to your body. Don't push hard. But what we're going to do is imagine that there's like a basketball coming towards us, and very gently lengthen your spine and round your back like it's coming into the middle. And then it's slow. Imagine like you're in space, so that it doesn't take much effort, but push the ball out with your stomach. And draw it back in. And push it out from your stomach. 2 more times. And bring everything back to center. And the thought that I just had, yes, thoughts flow through my mind when I should be teaching, is I like the analogy of space and being up there, but we've seen them perform music up there. We have seen the astronauts go through almost every part of their day, but I've never seen them do yoga up there. I think that's a terrible oversight. There needs to be a video from one of them doing yoga. Yes, I'd volunteer, but I don't think they'd take me. All right, nice long spine. Let the arms hang down by the sides. As you inhale, let the arms float up with your inhale. And roll the shoulders back gently, like you're pulling down on one of those weight machines. Inhale, coming all the way up, and then forward and down. And reaching back if you can. From the back, come up. And last time. Good. And now gently lift one leg up and roll your ankle 2 or 3 times. Roll back the other way. Now, if that's a lot of work, which it can be for some people, take a rest for a moment. But if you can, when you're ready, come back up and roll the knee. Then either take a brief rest or go right into rolling from the hip. And release. Take a brief pause. And the other side. Remember, you can rest between the ankle, knee, and hip, but about 3 times in each direction for each joint. And shake the legs out. Good. Nice, full, deep breaths. Bring the legs forward slightly. Now move from the navel, and unlike the previous exercise where we let the back round, keep your back as flat as comfortable. Draw the navel in and come down over the legs any amount. And then come back up. 2 or 3 more times on your own. Coming down, move from the navel, back relatively flat. And when you come up, try not to overlift your head, but come from the sternum, lengthen your spine. And this one more time, come down and stay wherever you comfortably can, 3 or 4 of your breaths. Breathing fully and deeply, and when you're ready, come back up after 3 or 4 breaths. And interlock the hands, sweep up. And then push the arms out and down. And last seated pose, move from the navel. As you exhale, gently twist to one side. As you inhale, come back to center. Honor the little pauses between each inhale and exhale. Let the movement stop. Now, when you're even, when you've gone both ways, the same amount, take a pause and then come back into the first side and just stay gently for a few breaths. You don't need to push deeper, but just allow your spine to gently twist. And after 2 or 3 of your breaths, come back to center. And then twist to the other side, 2 or 3 breaths. And when you're ready, back to center. And pause for a moment. Take a nice deep breath. And like a sigh. And then we'll come up to standing. All right, now as I promised you, we're going to be doing some of the self-massage and breathing practices. It's a combination of different things that I've picked up from several teachers, combining the Ayurvedic, Qigong Tsong, and also some of the classic Swedish massage techniques. So stand comfortably erect, relax the body, and we're going to start with the right side. We're working on the right side. Now, I'm always mirroring, so we're going to start on the left, but our heads won't fall off. You be starting working on your right. So start with the hand on the shoulder and firmly come down the arm and come like you're throwing tension off your fingers. The next one. The middle finger, the ring finger, and the little finger. Then switch to the other side. It really helps to visualize however you want. You can see tension that you might be holding. I see it like a crinkly energy of some kind. And usually for me it's yellow. But that's a very personal visualization. And you just throw that away. And then take a moment, you might feel a little tingling as the blood's flowing. Cup your hand and come down what would be the top, up the bottom. After about 3 times, come across the chest and switch. And release. Good. Now get your fingers nice and loose, and then start working. This is going to be really good on the microphone. Let's start working on the chest, and just feel, before you start the sound, just feel the vibration inside. And then we're going to add vibration from the inside to meet the vibration from the outside, and using the syllable ma 3 times. Ma. As much or as little breath as you have. Ma. One more time. Ma. That's really good for congestion. It helps to move things around. Even better is if you have someone you trust, that while you're doing it on the front, they come in very gently with soft fists, do on your back. But like I said, someone you trust, preferably someone weaker than you. Roll your shoulders just to make sure they're loose, and then make circles with your hands and come back and work gently on the kidney area. And then make hard fists and come down onto your hips, what my teacher would call the hams, tenderize the hams. And pause for a moment and notice if you don't feel tingling in different places. That indicates that blood was restricted, and with these movements, you've opened that up and you're getting the fresh blood and energy in. Now, go ahead, cup both hands, and you're going to come down the inside and outside, up the front and back. Down the inside and outside, up the front and back. One more time. And then go ahead and switch to the other leg. Inside, outside, up, front and back, down, inside, outside, up the front and back. Good. Roll the shoulders both ways. And then release. And let's come back down to sitting. Right. So now just take some time to feel the flow of the energy. Blood flowing, nerves opened. Spread the fingers and toes. And we're going to end with like a little pranayama, a little breathing exercise, but it also uses imagery. So it's one of the steps towards meditation. You're using the sensation of the breath and the imagery to calm the mind. So begin by closing your eyes. Now, I've had some people say occasionally that because of things that are going on with their bodies, if they close their eyes, even when they're sitting, they start to feel dizzy. If that ever happens to you, just go ahead and let your eyes be open but soft. Try not to stare at anything, but let your focus be soft. And then visualize in the mind the sun up above you. And as you inhale, visualize that inhalation grabs on to the sunbeams and draws them down, starting at the crown of the head. That golden light gently flows all the way down to the fingertips, to the knees, tailbone, soles of the feet. The exhale, you gather up, and if you like, visualize the toxins and tension as like a gray smoke. And go ahead as you exhale, draw from the soles of the feet all the way up through and out of the crown of the head. And that gray smoke dissipates into the universe harmlessly. And you can replace that toxins and tensions with more of that pranic energy, that golden light, inhaling down from that sun, then moving the toxins back out from the feet up and out. A few more breaths like that, focusing inward, feeling the energy and releasing the tensions and toxins. Then gently release that image. Breathe naturally, slowly, and let your eyes gently open. And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.